This is a CBS2 News update. I'm Chris Wragge. The Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, has died at the age of 76. Her family says she died this morning from pancreatic cancer. Fans from all over the world have taken to social media to express the impact she had. Her voice forever transformed American music and broke many barriers. CBS 2's Dana Tyler takes us through the life of this musical icon.
She'll forever be known for her classic hits from the late 60s. Respect, A Natural Woman, Chain of Fools. But Aretha Franklin's career spanned more than 50 years of soul, pop, R&B, rock, and of course, from her core, gospel. Born in Memphis in 1942, Aretha Louise Franklin was the daughter of a minister and a gospel singer. Her father, a prominent Detroit preacher and one of Dr. Martin Luther King's major fundraisers, urged shy 9-year-old Aretha to sing before a huge congregation.
Where we were having services, if I was going to sing, they would have me stand on a little chair.
Self-taught at the piano, at age 14, she recorded her first gospel album and gave birth to a son. 2 years later, she had another son. Franklin's grandmother raised the boys, and the young mother pursued a singing career that soared to superstardom. Franklin thrived in Detroit, part of its rich music history. She made more than 50 albums, but wasn't afraid of new projects. She was a hit in the Blues Brothers film.
You better think about what's trying to do to me, yeah.
In 1987, she was the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Franklin won 20 Grammy Awards and was part of an unforgettable Grammy moment in 1998 when she stepped in for Luciano Pavarotti at the last moment.
The producer, Ken Ehrlich, ran up to the dressing room and asked me, can you sing Nessun Dorma tonight? I said, well, yeah, maybe. What, like in an hour or so, because the Grammy goes on 4 hours. He said, no, 6 minutes. Huh?
The Queen of Soul has performed for royalty and presidents. In 2009, she sang at Barack Obama's inauguration. In June of 2010, she was honored at Harlem's Apollo Theater as a Hall of Fame legend.
I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming out. You're so wonderful. Thank you for sharing this very special moment with me. Thank you.
Franklin was twice divorced, the mother of 4 sons, and godmother of singer Whitney Houston. The legendary Aretha Franklin, singing from her soul about her pain and passions. She demanded respect and earned it as one of the most honored singers in American musical history. Dana Tyler, CBS 2 News.
Aretha Franklin died at her home in Detroit. Her family released a statement saying, in part, we have lost the matriarch and rock of our family. The love she had for her children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, and cousins knew no bounds. We have been deeply touched by the incredible outpouring of love and support we've received from close friends, supporters, and fans all around the world. Thank you for your compassion and prayers. We have felt your love and for Aretha, and it brings us comfort to know that her legacy will live on. Funeral arrangements for the singer will be announced in the coming days. Now to other news. A health alert for those heading to the Jersey Shore today. Right now, there is no swimming allowed at any beach in Seaside Heights. The mayor says it's the first time in more than 20 years that they've had to ban ocean swimming because of poor water quality. Another round of tests is being done right now, and those results should come back around noon. Until then, no one can go in the water. Make sure you tune to CBS 2 News at noon for the very latest on if that beach will reopen. And of all days, right, another hot and humid day on tap. An air quality alert is now in effect for parts of the tri-state area. Here's Vanessa Murdock with your forecast. Vanessa?
Yeah, definitely not a good day for it. We're talking about highs in the low 90s, even along the shoreline. It will feel more like the mid-90s out there today. Lots of moisture in the atmosphere. That's why you see this very thick haze on the horizon. 82 degrees at the moment. We're warming to 91. It is 84 in Babylon as well as Belmar. 81 right now in White Plains. 85 in the Hamptons. Current heat indices are in the mid and upper 80s, pushing that 90-degree mark. By this afternoon, though, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, it will feel like the low to mid-90s. And yes, there is a heat advisory in effect today. As we look at the vortex satellite and radar picture, some thin clouds over the southern half of Jersey. And then we notice, of course, your eyes are likely drawn to this. The green on the screen, showers and storms. This is making its approach for tomorrow afternoon and evening with lingering effects into Saturday. But today the forecast is completely dry, sunny and sizzling. 91 feels like the mid-90s. If you are heading to the beach today, low 90s on the Jersey Shore, mid to upper 80s on that south shore of Long Island. Your rip current risks are low today. Your UV index an 8. Tomorrow's 86 degrees, still sticky, still a heat advisory in effect. Showers and storms late. Saturday, still a chance out there, 84 degrees. The second half of your weekend into Monday looking amazing. Low 80s, low humidity, and a decent amount of sun. Chris.
Vanessa, thank you. Police are searching for the man they say attacked and robbed an 8-year-old boy who was walking home from camp in the Bronx. Police say the suspect followed the boy into an apartment building on St. Anne's Avenue in Mott Haven on Monday. There was a brief struggle, and the suspect made off with the boy's cell phone. His mother tells us she's shaken and scared.
He's just like really scared. Now he doesn't want to go to the park anymore. He doesn't want to, go to camp. He's scared. Like, he's wondering if the person will see him again and try to take something else from him.
The suspect is apparently 6 feet tall, about 150 pounds. He was last seen wearing a gray shirt, black pants, and black and white sneakers. Well, a suspect who escaped police custody in Brooklyn is due in court today. Sources say 18-year-old Franklin King Lindsay was handcuffed when he escaped from a Crown Heights station house around 12:45 yesterday afternoon. They only got cuffs on one hand. He's seen on surveillance video sprinting through the intersection of New York Avenue and Empire Boulevard. He eventually ran into the Sterling Street subway station around 7:30 last night. He was captured in a laundromat. King Lindsay was initially arrested on assault and criminal mischief charges. Now escape will be added to that list. Happening now, New Jersey lawmakers are questioning NJ Transit officials in Trenton about repeated train delays and cancellations over the past few weeks. Commuters have been waiting on platforms, not knowing when or if their train will even show up. NJ Transit blames the installation of positive train control systems, maintenance work, and engineers' unplanned absences. The conductors' union rep says NJT should have run a more modified summer schedule.
Don't strain every day to run a regular schedule if it's so stressful for everybody. Call your schedule back a little bit, run something that you can run every day.
And another problem, NJT engineers are leaving to go to other railroads paying higher salaries. Well, nothing like sand at the beach during the summer, but what about at a subway station? Riders in Midtown ran into a mysterious pile of sand covering part of the platform yesterday. But how did it get there and why wasn't it cleaned up? CBS2's Valerie Castro demanded answers and got action.
Just another day at the beach, more like just another day riding the MTA.
Oh my God, this is dangerous. It should be cleaned up right away.
This is the downtown E-train platform at 50th Street and 8th Avenue, where this pile of sand covered part of the ground for at least 2 days. Some riders say it's a hazard.
They should either have it roped off, and this is the end. There's a lot of people that come out of this end of the train and then walk past. So I think the potential for someone to trip is quite high.
The only warning around was this wet floor sign.
They have subway people cleaning the subways. They should be taking care of that.
And they did do exactly that. Workers swept and scooped the sand up a few hours after we demanded answers and brought it to the attention of the MTA. A spokesperson says the sand is coming from this ventilation shaft that leads to the street, but where the sand is originating from is still a mystery they're looking into. A sandy platform isn't the only problem we found. Chunks of plaster from the ceiling crashed down onto the ground inside the Chambers Street subway complex near City Hall in Manhattan, dangerously close to turnstiles. The MTA says no one was hurt. But in June, a woman was injured when the ceiling collapsed on top of her at the Borough Hall stop in Brooklyn. An MTA spokesperson says the Chambers station was quickly cleaned up and will soon be getting a facelift when elevators are installed beginning this month. In Midtown Manhattan, Valerie Castro, CBS 2 News.
Well, in today's Health Watch, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention keeping an eye on a measles outbreak. New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut are among 21 states affected by the outbreak. The CDC says there are about 107 reported cases so far. The last outbreak was in 2015 when 188 people came down with the virus. Measles is spread through the air by coughing and sneezing. Well, happening today, a special ceremony at the Intrepid Sea, Air and Space Museum on the Hudson River on Manhattan's west side. Today marks the 75th anniversary of the commissioning of the World War II-era aircraft carrier. A ceremony is welcoming more than 300 former crew members back to the ship. Some are World War II vets who haven't seen the Intrepid in decades. 75th anniversary celebrations will be held through Sunday. And for the second year in a row, a New York-based airline gets top honors for its frequent flyer program. JetBlue's True Blue Rewards program came in first in a new satisfaction survey conducted by J.D. Power of over 3,000 frequent flyer members. Southwest Airlines' Rapid Rewards program takes second place. Alaska Airlines, their mileage plan, came in third. And a couple, well, they made quite a splash while dancing the night away in Boston. They were cutting loose to the band's cover of Footloose. You know that just makes everybody go wild. Got to cut loose, right? Tuesday night at Boston Harbor at the hotel there. Well, watch this little move. They're feeling the music, but they lost their balance, and then those support ropes definitely not going to keep them in. In they go. The pair tumbled right into the harbor, but they were able to get out quickly, unharmed, a little wet, but they got right back on the dance floor and just continued to cut that row. That's CBS2 News Update. I'm Chris Wragge. Thanks so much for joining us here. Please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, @Chris Wragge.